So, for some of you who don't know, I am the illustrious Perry James, and you're watching Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson. Cut! Somebody get that Zuckerberg guy on the phone. We gotta get Larson shut down.
Cause we're always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you.
When I see you, you're gonna know that you're a man wanted dead or alive, cause that is what I'm coming after.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight, we have the one, the only, Charisma and Taylor. Now, first question right off the bat. Now, you both have different jobs, but you kind of travel the roads together, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Explain to us your jobs, each one individually. Explain to us your jobs in professional wrestling.
Taylor, I'll let you go first.
I'm a photographer, so I do ringside photography and promo shots and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so you're a photographer. You do like shots during the show, and you do promo pics.
Yep, work behind the stage and ringside and wherever I'm needed.
There you go. I love that. I've got a lot of questions about that. Charisma, what do you do?
I am a ring announcer and currently getting in the mix of some commentary. So I currently do both right now and interviews.
Nice. Hey, you're trying to take my job from me. I got you. No, I'm just kidding. So you guys travel together up and down the roads, go to the same shows. So I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of stories to tell. And I'm going to ask about a couple of those stories here.
Oh boy.
Shortly. But we're going to start off with Taylor right quick. Taylor, you take pictures now. I've got to ask, who is your favorite either tag team, woman or male wrestler to take pictures of?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I appreciate people who work the camera. So a lot of times I go to shows and like newer shows and the guys haven't been taught how to work the camera. So I don't know, by one or two shows in, you can tell that they're learning how, so that's exciting. But I think I have my favorites at every show we go to.
Okay. So you don't have a particular favorite. You just love your job.
No, not really. Yeah, I like at School of Morton, I like taking pictures of Vice City and Fire because they're very photogenic. NAD is very photogenic. Naughty is photogenic. Amp was very photogenic too. They all work towards the camera and they're a lot of fun. I really haven't.
I could imagine Dominic doing pictures, man, because Amp Dominic puts pictures all over his Facebook page. I could imagine some of the poses Amp Dominic gave you.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then I worked the Jules Women's show, and Sue Young was really fun to work with too. So.
Okay. That sounds cool. Now, Charisma, you and this is going to be a list about a mile long because I already know. Where do you announce at?
Oh Lord.
Just give us a few. Just give us a few.
Okay. So I work at School of Morton, Titan Wrestling Southside,
Okay.
AML, Firestar Pro Wrestling, Carolina All Star,
That's a list
American Lucha. Yeah.
right there. There you go.
Uh,
Wow. We got
yeah.
people showing up already. Nathan Cross with the question marks. What's up with that, Nathan? What's with the question marks, brother? Oh, the Hangout. Welcome to hashtag Truth. He said hello, everyone. We know who the Hangout is. Joshua Tesner said hey to you guys. Brandon said hashtag Truth is better on YouTube than Facebook. Well, unfortunately, this is not unfortunately, really, but this is the last show I'm doing strictly on YouTube at midnight tonight. My Facebook jail ends, and my shows from now on will be on both Facebook and YouTube. But in saying that, because I know these two, if they don't get the views that I want them to get, I'm going to invite them back shortly so we can get those views on Facebook. So I know Taylor was like, she was scared when I said just YouTube. She got a hold of me on Facebook and she's like, God, is everybody going to be able to see this like they normally do? Yes, we're going to make sure that happens, Taylor. I'm going to promise you right now. Joshua said charisma is everywhere. Yes, she is. And she is great everywhere she goes. Now, this is the time where I want to hear one of the stories. You two are traveling up and down the road. Give me a funny story because I know you guys have probably got a ton of them.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's so many.
Pick one and start after it.
Nadia,
I'll
let's go
let
first.
Taylor pick. Oh no! Tell you not to pick because I gotta go back through my memory. I think I'm
There's
usually the
so
one
many.
taking like
We've
most of
been-
the crap.
Yeah, I am. We've been traveling for like a year now, so man. We always make fun of each other in the car. Oh boy.
Okay, Charisma got one. I know. She just went, a light bulb went off. So
It's not really like a traveling story, but I just remember like me and Taylor were like really appalled. So we were going.
Said, tell them the bump story. Oh, we got a good one. Nathan, thank you. We got a good one. Both of them started laughing. He said the bump. Tell him about the bump.
Boy.
He's said it many times.
I'll
So
let
tell me
Taylor
the bump
tell that
story.
Oh geez. So we were at a Titan show. And Nadia was like, I forget what. Oh, it was bad weather. It had been like kind of snowy and icy out.
Okay.
And we were thinking about going to school morning on Sunday, but we weren't sure. And she was like, you know what? I'll make you a deal. Rain, snow, or shine. If you get in the ring and you take a bump tonight, we will go to school morning. So I took my first bump because I was that dedicated to go to school morning.
So what'd you do?
She
What
got
was
the
your
video
bump?
of it.
On your back, or what'd you do?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just straight back. Yep. Mm-hmm. Chris Phoenix walked me through it and everything.
Did it hurt?
Yep.
She's like, yeah.
Oh, my neck hurt. It was really stiff the next day.
I bet you heard about it all the way to School of Morton, didn't you, Charisma?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I took one for the team.
Yeah, because that day I was kind of like, oh my goodness, it's snowing. Like, I'm not trying to get stuck in Tennessee. And Taylor was like, I really want to go. So I was like, all right, if you take a bump, if it snows, we're just going to get snowed in Tennessee.
Expecting her not to do it, right? In your mind, you're like, she's not going to do that.
Yeah, she went and took the bump.
Yeah,
And we
she
was
sure
at school
did.
morning the next day.
Right?
And I think it snowed
What
pretty
story
bad
were
that
you
day,
going to
too.
tell, Nadia?
I was going to tell the brick story.
Oh.
Bricks. Okay, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Or, oh my goodness, I got two stories. I'll keep both of them real short. We was at School of Morton. I parked my car on the side, and we go in, we do the show, and come out. I put my
Okay.
car in drive. Next thing you know, you hear boom, boom, and the whole car just like lifted off the ground. And Taylor was like, "Oh my gosh, what was that?" And there was a brick that you could see that I just drug from all the way in the back of school and more into the front. And I was like, where did that brick come from? And it was just so funny because Taylor was freaking out because the whole car lifted. And I kept driving. I didn't stop.
We still don't know where that brick came from.
So was the brick under one of your tires, or how did you end up dragging it? I don't get that.
Yeah, apparently it was under my tire. And I ended up dragging the brick all the way up.
And your car was coming up as you were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole car was lifting up.
That's great. That's great. And I can imagine she's freaking out over there.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah, I was.
Daddy, oh my gosh.
So do you guys often have like crazy fun time going to all your shows? I mean, or does it ever get serious? Has there ever been a time where like one of you is sick or something like that, or you know, just curious, because it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun everywhere you go.
I think we have fun for the most part. Like even like when we're doing our job, like we're still having fun with people, but a lot of people just don't catch it.
Right. A lot of people don't understand the humor.
We have a lot of
well, not
inside
understand
jokes.
it. Yeah, it's a
We have
lot of inside
jokes
so-
with a lot of people.
Yeah, so
Yes,
like, if you
yes.
ever
I'm
see-
definitely going to ask you about that, because you guys got a little clique going that goes, kind of from show to show. I won't mention names. Yeah, we will. There's like Chris Phoenix in that clique. There's Mr. Impersonator Chris Phoenix. We're going to talk about the impersonations too, because I know.
my gosh.
Oh my God, his impersonations are the bomb. Let's see who else is in that group. Braden Marshall, I imagine he's in that group. If I'm missing anybody, just speak right up, please, because I know there's a few.
And Nathan, Ryan,
Lexi
I'm
still.
trying to think who else is
Nathan,
in here.
Ryan,
Nathan, Ryan,
Lexi,
Leah.
Leah. Okay.
Yep.
So what's
Yep.
the craziest thing that you guys as a group being at a show? What's the craziest thing you guys have done together?
Oh boy. We had a weekend we all hung out, and me, Nadia, Ryan, Nathan, Lexi, and Chris all rode together to school in Morton, all jumbled in one car. That was a that was a rough ride, but it was fun.
Sort of like 20
Lot of
clowns
talking.
type thing.
You know what? I'm gonna say spending the night at school in Morton was probably
Oh, boy.
our craziest. That was probably like our craziest.
You guys had to spend the night at the School of Morton. What happened there?
It was like it was like a ghost story, and we stayed in the basement, and we started seeing stuff. And it was super, and everybody was scared.
There was wrestling ghosts going through the School of Morton. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Basically, like kind of, sort of, and it was so funny because Chris Phoenix was asleep, and we all saw something, and he was asleep on the bed. And when everybody literally ran, and we all woke him up, and he was so upset when he got up. He was so upset.
We've had a lot of good memories with them, but there's a bunch of inside jokes where we'll just say them in the middle of a show, or they'll walk up to the ring and whisper it to me, or whisper it to Nadia. And
Nathan said School of Morton has a ghost. He believes it.
oh
Sasha
yeah,
was
they do for
warrior.
sure.
Brandon said, I'm a little confused, so hashtag will be on here and Facebook at the same time, so I can still comment on here and it will be shown on the show. Yes. When it comes starting tomorrow, I'll be doing it on my personal channel the hashtag truth Facebook page and YouTube, this page right here, and you could comment on any of the 3 pages and it'll still show up on the show. So just so everybody knows, everything will be back to normal starting tomorrow. But yeah, so School of Morton has a ghost. You guys were spending the night there. Everybody was sleeping. Was it like bad weather out, or what made everybody have to stay?
No, we had a show. We had a show in Tennessee on that Saturday, and I think it was just convenient.
Yeah, for that night it was just convenient. So we were just like, okay, we're just gonna stay at the school that night, do the show, and then come back to North Carolina.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I bet with all them people together, I bet you there were stories told. I bet there was things said. Like you said, when you're in a clique like that, inside jokes are a big thing. So I'm imagining somebody acted a fool that night. But
was it me? I don't think it was
acted a fool.
Without a doubt. Now, before I go to my first commercial break, let me ask, how many times have you guys heard Chris Phoenix do his impersonations? And which one is your favorite?
Oh my gosh. I am righteous. I am righteous.
Poor Chuck.
I have a video of it on my phone.
Definitely the I Am Righteous impression.
He apparently took those impersonations and he was commentating during one of the wrestling shows out there. I can't remember which one, but he was commentating at one of the shows out at Center Arena, and Chris Phoenix was, and he did his impressions on the air, and
we heard it.
Yep.
It's still being talked about. Everybody loved it, and of course, you got Braden with his blue chew, and that's a big inside thing. Everybody loves talking about the blue chew. And the Blue Moon beer or whatever he does. He does commercials for people that aren't even sponsors. It's awesome to watch Braden do his thing. Do you guys ever do that? Do you guys ever just like here's a good question. Here's a question I was told to ask you guys.
Oh boy.
How often do you guys turn on the radio and just sing your hearts out going between shows?
All the time.
So
Okay.
what's your favorite song, Taylor, to crank up and sing like a bird to?
It depends on the day. We really like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Chris was looking sideways. She's like, I know what song she does, and she can't sing. No, I'm just kidding. Are you trying to, with that expression, are you telling me you can't carry it in the bucket?
No, I was waiting for her to. I was going to see if she's going to get a song right.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, boy. I know what song you're thinking about.
What song? Tell us.
No. I was thinking about Bohemian Rhapsody. I was not thinking about the other song.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
That's
Yes, we love that song.
I chop that song to death when I try to sing it because I can imagine being in the car having fun. Oh, my goodness. That is great. Redneck 77, how's it going, man? I am sitting here talking with Taylor and Charisma, having a great time. Taylor is a photographer for independent wrestling, and Charisma is a announcer and many among other jobs that she's done, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So Charisma, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a place where you've went to get a job like doing announcing, and you show up and you're like, oh man, why did I do this? Why did I end up here? How did I end up here? Has there ever been a place like that?
No, I don't think technically like somewhere like I agreed to announce to where like everybody's building their promotion and their brand. So like I don't technically judge like if I agree to something I show up and it's only like 3 or 4 fans because I know everybody's trying to build up a fan base and stuff. So I already know like all the promotions are on different levels. You're in different cities. One city, you may have a huge wrestling fan base, but if that same promotion was in a different city, it may be a different case. So
right.
I take those things into consideration.
A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that every promotion should be top notch, and I have so many arguments with people with that. So Taylor, what about you? Have you ever showed up to do photography somewhere and went, "Oh my gosh, what did I get myself into"? She don't want to
No,
answer.
there'll be moments where I'll be like, "Oh, this ring is really short."
Okay.
There'll be moments where I'll look around and I'll be like, "Oh, this will be a little more difficult tonight," but never like, "Oh, I wish I wouldn't have taken this," or "I wish I wasn't here." Because, like she said, a lot of the places we go to are building themselves up, so we enjoy being able to watch them get better each show and help with that.
Right. Have either one of you went to a wrestling show where you didn't know none of the wrestlers?
Definitely.
Yep,
When
we just have each other.
Yeah. Glory Championship Wrestling, when we first started there, we didn't know anybody, but we built connections with every single person that was in that locker room. School of Morton, built every connection in that locker room as we
See,
could.
people don't realize that when we talk about professional wrestling and jobs. Just like me as a podcaster, same thing with you guys and your jobs. You're not in the wrestling ring, but you have to build connections. Without connections, I don't, if one wrestler doesn't tell another wrestler, "Hey, go to hashtag, dude, he's awesome. Go ahead and, get interviewed." I don't get the fan base that I get. I don't get the wrestlers that I get. I mean, so it's the same thing for you guys, right? Word of mouth is just as big.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very true.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to try to get some more stories out of you two, because I know there's more than just what you're telling me. You guys are holding back. I know you are. I've been told that you're holding back. I'm not saying who, but I'm being told you're holding back.
Oh boy,
Nathan Cross, I swear.
We'll be right back after these couple of words from XCW.
Excalibur Championship Wrestling fans, it is me, the rightful junior heavyweight champion, Mickey Fulp here. And the reason I'm calling myself the rightful junior heavyweight champion is because a few weeks ago, when me and Kay Amari stepped into the ring for the junior heavyweight championship, I was screwed. I mean, let's talk about this incompetent ref, this idiot, this fool, Mike Ramsey. That was the ref for the match. Mike Ramsey, my foot was on the rope. Even those people in Lincolnton said something to you about it. They were sitting there going, shrugging their shoulders, saying, "Well, what's going on, man? What the hell are you doing?" Because a competent ref would see that somebody's foot was on the rope and stop the count. But you didn't. So because of you, Mike Ramsey, I'm not the junior heavyweight champion right now. But I should be. I should be the junior heavyweight champion because I think everybody knows that I was going to beat Kay Amari. I think even you know that. Maybe I'm starting to think Mike Ramsey and Kay Amari were in on this together. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm just a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. But Commissioner Gene Perry, this video is more for you than it is the fans. I need you to make this right. Because on February 14th, I'm coming back to Excalibur Championship Wrestling. And I demand a rematch against Kay Amari. And if I don't get what I want, I guess I'm just going to have to go to old Rick Diesel, the commissioner of the AIWF, and get what I want. I'll see you guys on February 14th.
I love it when a plan comes together. DOC, where you at? Black Society, where you at? High profile, go get a waffle, son, because you ain't ready. We told you we were walking in and taking the tag team titles, and we did just that, now didn't we, chumps? So now, everybody's going to want a shot at the Kings. Tell them something, Ivan.
So, there was a miscalculation on my part because you see, next week, no, we're not going to be able to make that. But what I can give you is the Valentine's Day gift of the century, of the millennial, of a lifetime. DOC, we're coming. We're coming hard, fast, and furious. And player, please bring your A game because we won't accept anything less. Let's go, guys.
All right, there you have it. XCW, February 14th. You're not going to want to miss that show. All right, I have a request, and I don't know if you guys want to accept it or not, but somebody wants to come on the show. And you called them out just a second ago.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy.
Would you like me to invite Mr. Nathan Cross
Oh no.
onto the show?
Oh no.
Sure.
Oh, we're getting exposed, Taylor. We're getting exposed.
Okay,
boy.
let's see if we can get Mr. Nathan Cross on. Give me 1 second here while we're talking. All right, Nathan Cross. There he is. And there is the invite if he wants to come on. So there we go.
Oh,
The
boy.
invite has been sent. If it gets answered, we will know. And I will change up the way it looks
Oh,
on the
boy.
screen. I think we'll be good to go.
All of our secrets are about to be exposed.
I told you guys. You said you were falling short on your stories. I told you. We were trying to. Brandon said, Scott, get Nathan Cross on with these two. He knows. I love it. So, getting back to like the most embarrassing things that's ever happened. Explain. Is there like an embarrassing moment you had, Charisma, while you were announcing that, like you really tore up somebody's name, or you forgot where you were at and gave the wrong location or something? Give us one of those stories.
Oh, I have those all the time, but I sadly attempt to play it off. Literally, I have the worst stutter in history. And it's not even something like I can like recover from. It's like, all right, breathe. And we're going to try this again. I think like the worst one was when I did the What Truly Matters show. It was hosted by TJ Moss and Sadie Lee Moss. And oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy.
Hello, Mr. Cross.
What's up, Scott? You know, I'm making a habit out of hijacking your podcast nowadays.
You are, but that's okay. I like you, man. You can come on anytime you want. So Charisma was telling us a story about how she messed up announcing the show. So go ahead and finish your story, Charisma.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had to
please.
do an introduction. And it was about a paragraph long about the charity that they was donating the funds to. And I stuttered the whole paragraph. I lied to you not. On the microphone.
Oh.
It was no words, just me stuttering for maybe 2 minutes straight.
Oh, no. So how'd you recover out of that one?
I didn't. I just started the show. I did it. I just started the show. It was no way to recover.
Well, you know, hey, let's get the first match going. All right.
I was just like, yeah, I don't think any words came out of my mouth. We're just gonna start. Do I start?
Right.
Okay.
So Taylor, do you have any embarrassing like pictures you've taken or something? Like you go home, you start to develop your pictures, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had taken a picture of this. You've got to have had.
Yes. There's quite a few of those. Yes, there's quite a few of those. Quite a few of those, actually. I've had to delete or just send to the person, and then I get made fun of for forever.
I got you. So is there anybody around? Well, there must be people around when you're going through your pictures then, in order for that to happen.
Sometimes, yeah. Or I'll send them to like Nadia or people and be like, look at this picture. And then I'll get told like, you better delete that.
He's talking about Ryan Riley for the record.
I've got to ask you because this Nathan being on here and everything, you know. All right, how many butt shots have you got? Because I know you're a woman. I know, good looking wrestler. I mean, come on now. You are on hashtag truth. You are in the house. I got to ask, how many times have you swung around and went, oh, I've got to click?
There's been quite a few times.
Oh, okay.
I'm being honest.
Okay. See, I like honesty. That's cool. That is totally awesome. All right, Nathan, give us your best shot, man. Give us a story about these two over here.
Listen, I want to go back to the original question about who her favorite tag team is, because I don't think I heard the right answer. So I just want to.
Yeah. Uh-oh. He blacked out on us too. He said that.
That's what happens when you talk crap.
Ah, there he is.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. So, Taylor, who is your favorite tag team again?
I said the New Age Villains.
She did say it. It was like fourth in the list of names that she gave.
I heard Vice City Empire and some other stuff before that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. We're good though.
It's
Taylor
all-
and Nadia, man, they're great, man. I love traveling with these girls. They always lighten up the atmosphere and make it a good time. Especially Nadia, you know, with her inside jokes, she's the greatest. And you got to watch Taylor because she claims to be we're photogenic, but she'll look for those moments when she can catch you in a bad spot, and then she'll snap it real quick. So yeah, I'll be like, nah, you can't post that. You know what I mean? You can't post that. I got an image to protect here. You cannot post that.
I bet she's got a jump drive somewhere of blackmail pictures for wrestlers that she could just she could if you guys ever made it big, she'd be like, oh, remember back when yeah, send me $100. I need $100. If not,
money,
this is going all over the internet.
I don't have bad pictures of them. I mean, there's some of Ryan. It's awkward. But Nate usually is just because his hair is like really frizzy. They're not like terrible pictures. It's just because his hair looks bad.
Oh,
yeah, well,
right.
That happens when you wrestle 30-minute matches. I mean, what do you expect?
It's funny. Me and Taylor agreed to go to the hair store and get you some spray.
Well, you do that. I would gladly accept it. But yeah, she's got some pretty good ones with Ryan Riley. I'll have to see about getting those to you, Scott, so you can see them.
I'm always up for some great funny pictures. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I can keep a secret, and I do know how to delete things. I'm just saying, I have seen some. Not from Taylor, but I have seen some that are pretty funny out there. You know, I'm not even gonna go down that road. I'm really not. So, Mr. Cross, were you there that night that they were speaking of where everybody spent the night at School of Morton?
Yes. Well, not that night. No, I was there. I was there the night she was talking about.
We all stayed the night, yeah.
We all stayed the night and had to travel together the next day. That was a good time. You know, I don't remember most of it. But...
I forgot about that night. That was a long one. That was a long one.
Yeah, I don't remember most of it either, but it was a good time.
You remembered something.
There's like one video that is alive from that night. There's like one video that is alive that just explains the whole entire night.
It's on my phone too, I think. Yeah.
Oh boy, send me that, Mr. Cross.
I'll definitely send you that one.
I need to see that. That it will get deleted right after I watch it. I promise. I have to see that video.
Just put it on a jump drive. Save it for later.
Oh, okay. I got you. Mr. Cross told me I should keep it. Just so you know.
Never know when it'll come in handy.
Right, without a doubt. So you guys, like I said, travel the road. You guys get together with you guys have a little clique that runs together and things like that. A big thing about wrestling that everybody doesn't understand, we talked about it a little bit earlier, was, you know, we're family. We're all family. When you travel the road together and you start learning each other that much, you become family. Has there ever been a time where, like, there's a tragedy in someone's life and, you know, you're going to a show and somebody just kind of breaks down or something? Everybody's got to, you know, I don't want details, but has there ever been time when, you know, somebody just needed picked up and everybody in the group was like, hey, we're there for you?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I'm getting head shaking up and down, but I'm not going to get any response. That's okay. I got you, but it is true. It is true. I mean, I travel up and down the road. I got a partner, Chuck. You guys know Chuck. We travel up and down the road sometimes and go to some shows together. And trust me, Chuck knows more about me than my wife sometimes.
Yeah, Chuck has his ways about him.
Oh yeah. He's a great talker. He is a great talker. Of course, that's what makes him a great manager, right?
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, Nadia knows a lot about me.
Yeah. When you spend a lot of time with somebody, you have a lot of blackmail stuff. I mean, fights, when you guys get into your little spats and fights, that's when it becomes real apparent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, do you remember that time? I know you guys have done that. Do you remember that time where blah, 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 blah happened? I'm going to tell everybody.
I don't think me and Taylor have technically had like a argument or anything,
Right.
but like
Mm-mm.
it's
She's
kind of
like,
it's kind of like
'Cause I'm like,
we
what
almost,
is she
like,
gonna
check
say?
each other. No, it's almost like we check each other in a sense. It's just
that's
like
good, though. That's good. I mean, Nathan down there probably said the same thing about his tag team partner, right?
Yep, that's true.
So,
Checks and
I
balances,
mean,
you know what I mean? You gotta
right?
look out for each other.
There's always a yang for a yang when it comes to wrestling. I always say that. So, everybody's got one. Everybody knows mine's, I am righteous. So, the man with the paragraph long intro, if you want to talk about paragraphs.
He gives those ring announcers a hard time.
Oh, he does. I love it. Though. I really do love it.
Nadia, has he ever hit you with that? You got to do his whole intro.
he was going to at Titan the last time, like he brought me to the ring and said his whole spiel and then and then was just like, repeat it back. No, you can't. So, get out the ring. I got it from here. So I literally did my research and I found his whole saying and I sat there for the rest of the show and memorized it just in case he brought me back in the ring and it was going to be like, I want you to announce it now. So
right.
I was prepared.
There you go. Yeah, I have it written down. Believe it or not, I had to write it down. When it was like 3 lines, I could handle it. But once it started getting 5, 6, 7, dude, slow down. Let me write it down. Oh, here we go. Matt Burns said the brotherhood needs to come back. We have to take care of each other and have each other's back. Yes, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
I agree 100%. Everybody can do so much more if
Yep.
you're willing to help each other out rather than try to tear one another down. And I think that's the biggest issue in the indies today.
Egos. I'll say it. Egos is one of the big for me. Egos is one of when you've only been wrestling for a year and you think you're the biggest thing since sliced bread. Back up, man. Back up.
Yeah, there's always more to learn. If you ever stop learning, it's time to hang it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And that's one thing that I could say about everybody here. I see Taylor's pictures all over the place. One thing about Taylor that's amazing is the wrestlers that put your pictures up, they give you credit for it. And I think that is awesome. I've seen so many pictures with, you don't even have to put your imprint on the picture because they'll put it, in their description of what you're seeing. And that lets me know that, when I started seeing that, I was like, wow, she's a good photographer. She can capture it. You know what I'm saying? And then charisma, like I said, I don't think there's a place in North Carolina you haven't ring announced. If there's a few places, they will be calling on you soon. I guarantee you that. Now, I've got to ask you something, Charisma, because a lot of people think that people like me who do, hashtag truth, I'm a loud person. By nature, I'm loud. I get louder the more I get upset, but I am a loud person. Being a ring announcer, do people mistake you for a loud person?
No, not technically. When people first meet me, they think I'm super quiet. And they're like, she's timid.
Until they hear you announce and you start getting into it, that's
Nathan Cross made me get on you. Because I was the person that had you talking.
Nah, y'all were shy. Y'all were all shy, hanging out in the corner over there.
We're gonna come back to that.
We're gonna come back to that.
Oh,
I didn't think I was shy until I opened my mouth, and this has happened like plenty of times, and people don't even realize like I was a ring announcer or it was recording, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you talk, you have a voice," and I'm like, "Yeah, I talk, I have a voice." Back down to Nathan, NAV. It just seemed so quiet. Like when I first got to school in the morning, like they wouldn't really say much. Like they would speak, but like they wouldn't really say much. And then Nate was just in the corner, me mugging, spraying his hair, and I was just like,
"She's telling on you now, bro."
Hey, it is like, what it is.
Why are you so quiet? Because actually, Ryan spoke to me first. Ryan spoke to me first.
Because I've always been told that Ryan's the quiet one and Nate's the one that.
It's true.
Ryan actually said it first. He was just like, "Hey,
Not
me and my
for us.
partner think you're a really good ring announcer." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then one day he was spraying his hair. I'm like, "Why don't you talk?" He was like, "I talk more than my partner. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, he speaks. He speaks."
Maybe it was just you. Maybe it was just
Yeah,
you.
when I'm in school, I just get in the zone, man, and focus. I just don't talk to people. It happens.
Oh, when he starts spraying that hair, it starts glistening, and there's a mirror anywhere. I'm just joking.
It's go time. It's go time. You know what I mean? Talking
That's
is over
it.
with at that point.
That's it. Hey, you've heard about his dolls, right? You girls have heard about the dolls, right?
Oh yeah, we heard about
You gotta lock the dolls up in the
Oh
closet.
yeah, we heard
I swear.
all about his dolls.
Yes, you gotta lock the dolls up in the closet, man. Them girls attack the dolls even. I'm telling you. Because it's got the long hair on the dolls.
Comes with the face mask and all.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Yeah, speaking of, we'll have a new shipment of those in soon, so we'll be sending them out.
Sweet. Sounds good. The first time I heard that, I cracked up. I Am Righteous told me that. He was like, Scott, he goes, I know your wife's getting 2 of them. He goes, the Ryan Riley doll, he can stay on your bed with you. He's fine. But the Nathan Riley one, you got to lock up in your closet at night, then bring it out in the morning. If not, your wife's going to wake up with all kinds of weird faces on, and nobody's going to know what happened. And
oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying, hey, you wanted to come on, brother. You wanted
It is what it is, bro. It's hashtag truth.
Yeah, me and Taylor
and
were
embarrass
saying
us.
Hashtag truth.
That's it.
Yeah, he would have come on and embarrassed us.
That's right. We had to fire back a little bit. All right, I'm going to do this quick message right here from XWW. Then we're going to come back and have some more fun. So we'll be right back, y'all.
You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces around the moon and the world, we learn their spirits, not enemies. He said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells doom. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
There you go, XWW. We lost Taylor. Somebody's pinning her. Use the lights. Gotta tease you a little bit. All right, we are back. So Mr. Cross, Mr. Nathan, you come on. You everybody said you had stories. You got to give us one, man. Give us one of your best stories with all y'all together in your perspective.
Best stories. Let's see.
I know there's stories. He's just scared to tell them. That's what it comes down to.
I want to give you the best stuff. You know what I mean?
So tell me about the night that the ghost was walking around Chris Phoenix. Tell me about that night a little bit while you're thinking.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, y'all tell them about that one because I wasn't there that night.
No, I heard it.
Oh
from
yeah,
them.
he was.
I
He
wasn't
wasn't
there that
night.
night, but I heard
okay.
I heard that when there's nobody in the ring, the ghost will get in the ring and take a bump, and everybody hears the bump, but there's nobody in the ring. So it's
that's spooky.
they're looking around and there's nobody in there. So that's what convinced me that there's a ghost in there. So yeah, I do want to spend the night at the school and take my EMP in there and see what I can find. But yeah.
Oh wow. Travis says, who talks more, Mr. Cross or Ivan?
Definitely Ivan. That's not even close.
I think so too. Oh, here we go. Matt Burns says he's looking forward to working with Nathan.
Well, sooner or later, it's bound to happen, especially with the way things have been going here lately.
Yeah, Terror Kings and NAV. Ooh. I'd have to sit on my hands and keep my mouth shut during that match. That would be one of a few that I'd have to just sit and watch because I like both of you. I ain't gonna lie to you. My dad's on. Hey, Dad, how you doing? I only have my speakers on to hear your guests. He don't want to hear me. He wants to hear y'all. That's what he's saying. He hears me every day. It's all good.
So I'm gonna tell you about the pictures. Some of the pictures I have in my phone, right? That takes of me while I'm in the ring at School of Morton, and you'll see Nadia. You know, her little head will be right there on the other side of the ring, where she sits from the announcer position. And in most of these pictures, she's looking directly at Taylor, because you can tell, because like she's making eye contact with the camera, and she's got this look on her face, like, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You always get pictures of this boy. You think you slick. Every time Taylor takes a picture of me, Nadia's down there just judging her with her eyes. It's great. I'm gonna send you one.
Every time.
So charisma, Nadia.
You gotta say about that, Taylor.
Charisma, do you do that every time she takes pictures and you're in the ring?
If I know Taylor is about to be biased, so she's gonna be like, yes, I need the best pictures. If I know she's about to be biased, I look across and I tell by the way she's positioned that she positioned differently. So I give her that look across the ring, like, I know what you're doing.
I've seen some of the pictures of Nate, some of those, real sexy poses. Like,
that's good stuff. You got to work the camera, Scott. You got to work the camera.
Hey, brother. Hey, whatever it takes to get you to the big time.
It makes my life so much easier.
Right. Hey, and that is true, though. I have to give it to you. And, if you have somebody like Nathan and other wrestlers who are charismatic and know how to pose a little bit, even though they can pose without even looking like they're trying. You know what I'm saying? He can give you that little smug look. I've seen Nathan enough times. I've seen enough pictures to know he can look over and give you that smug look that, I'm really not trying to look handsome, but here I am. And you know when to take it. I know. I've seen it.
Yeah, Taylor, she's spot on with that camera.
Right?
Spot on with the camera.
I bet she's spot on outside of the ring, too. Like, I would love to hear about some of those pictures, like when you say she whips it out and just click. I bet there's some stories with that. Taylor's already smiling. She's already thought of a few.
There's some where I'm ringside, like not even in the match, and the camera's on me, and you see Nadia down there. She's like, he's not even in the ring. Why are you taking pictures?
Oh my God.
Big time, man.
She'll do that to you.
This is my life. This is my life.
It's all good, Taylor.
You're good, Taylor. Hey, if you're good at your job, they're bragging on you. That's the way I'd look at it. Hey.
Right, exactly.
Best
he uses those pictures too, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
See? So there's no wasted picture, man. Especially, I could probably say this about Nathan. There's probably no wasted pictures.
Absolutely not. It all gets used at some point or another.
So charisma, let me ask you this, because
That's why I'm always plugging her though.
Right, and she deserves it. She really does. Both of these young ladies deserve to be plugged. Charisma. Now, you're the closest thing to a wrestler when it comes to being in the ring, because you actually go in and announce. Have you ever been at the wrong place at the wrong time, like a match started when you didn't realize it was going to start and you got bumped and took a bump that you didn't want to take?
I have two stories about that. One, it was the last School of Morton show, and if I am correct, NAV got into the ring.
Okay.
And jumped on. I forgot who were y'all going against?
The Amish.
Yes, Amish. And I thought I was announcing, and they just start the match.
Oh, they just start hitting each other, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I gotta get out the ring. So I'm trying to get out of the ring as fast as possible. And there was a board out on the side of where I was jumping off. And when I came down, it hit my leg. And when I tell you, I was about to fall out on that floor because I was so hurt. You know, when you get a heartbeat, I had a heartbeat in my leg.
Oh, ouch.
And
That was a good smack in the leg then.
oh, yeah, like the whole, and it was on my shin. So it was.
She worked that shin
So
the
you
whole
worked
night.
the rest of the night? Getting
Oh,
into
yeah.
that ring?
Oh, no. It was the very last match.
Oh.
At Applebee's.
And you might be
She
able
was
to see
working
it.
her shin.
Something to remember, didn't you, Nathan?
Oh yeah, but in my defense, you know, the Amish attacked us. You know, I would never attack them with charisma still in the ring. But hey,
Right.
things happen. Hey, I
Right.
couldn't do nothing about it.
I was really sick. Like I was really determined. I was gonna crawl back to that locker room because my leg was hurting so bad.
Right. So Taylor, have you ever, like I said, I asked this before, but let's talk about a wrestling match. Now, during the match, let's say you're in there, you're clicking pictures. Have you ever taken a picture you wish you hadn't? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Like you're at the wrong angle and somebody grabs like to do a roll up or something, or a schoolboy, and they pull the you can see too much and you take the picture on that.
I've gotten kicked in the forehead. Yeah, I've gotten kicked in the forehead. I've gotten the rope swung back and hit the camera, hit my glasses. Yeah, I didn't sell it. Well, actually, I did because I hurt so bad. Let me see. It was the Dawson brothers, so their feet are huge.
Oh, they're big guys. Oh yeah.
Let's see. I think it's happened to Titan where someone will like hit my camera, and then like a piece of it will go flying off.
Like right outside the ring taking pictures and didn't realize that a guy was going to do like a suicide dive to the outside or something. And you got that up close picture.
Yeah. Or they'll start coming towards me and I'm either going to do, yeah. I've been in a lot of those moments. They're scary. I've kind of gotten used to them now, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would be cheering for you if you took one of them bumps like a suicide dive and, you know, and got up and just dusted off and just kept taking. I'd be cheering for you more than I would the wrestler. I ain't gonna lie to you. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Now, is all that you do, Taylor? Do you just do photography or do you do video also?
I've done video some, but I mean, it's okay. I just mainly do photography.
Okay, so you like doing the still shots better.
Yeah, I like those way better than doing the video and stuff.
You could get away with a lot more doing the still shots.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely.
You guys, I know you guys are watching. I see the numbers out there. I see how many people are watching. Somebody give a question for the panel here. We got Nathan Cross, we've got Taylor, we've got Charisma. Somebody give me a question. Speaking of questions, here we go. Jordan Payne of No Pain, No Gain Wrestling Podcast. He said, how y'all doing? Sorry I'm late. Jordan, ask these lovely people a question. I know you got one in you, brother. All right, I know one that Jordan asks all the time. I'll ask one that Jordan asks all the time. I've already asked you, Nathan, so I'm going to ask the young ladies. We'll start with Charisma and go to Taylor. Take us through a day from morning until you get to the ring or till you get to the show. If you know you're doing an announcement, is there any special like part of your day? Is there any special routine you take during your day to get to the show?
No, not typically. Usually wake up that morning, pack, go and pick up Taylor. We either get Chick-fil-A or Bojangles. It's usually one or the two.
Yes.
We go to the show. We speak to everybody. I go get dressed. Taylor's still kind of being social. And then I come back out, and then I get everybody's names and stuff. If I don't already have their name, I introduce
That
myself.
was going to be my next question. When do you get all your information? Do you already have it before you get to the show, or do you get a lot of it before the show starts?
So typically, if I already work with them, I already have it in my phone because anytime I'm memorizing like names and stuff, I always keep it in my phone if I meet somebody new in case I work with them again on the show. Then I already, hey, how you doing today? That's it.
Right.
I already have their information.
There you go. There you go. Taylor, how does your day go?
Yeah, I only had to give Charisma my info once.
What's that? I missed that.
I only ever had to give Charisma my info one time, and she's had it ever since. So she's pretty good about that.
I love it. So Taylor, do you do anything special the morning of a show other than Charisma? Do you do anything special?
Not really. Pretty much the same thing. Get up, get ready, get my stuff packed. It depends if we're like gonna stay overnight somewhere that night or we're coming back home. And then get to the show, talk to people, take promos. I'll take promos, and then that's about it. Like pretty much the same thing she does.
Okay. So let me ask you guys something. Is it just habit for you guys to go around and say hi to everybody before the show, or is that just a respect thing that you do?
It's a little bit of both because that's how I was taught at Firestar. When you go in, you speak to everybody. You know, you
Right.
fist bump everybody to show respect. So even though I'm not wrestling and I'm still ring announcing, I
Right.
still need to show respect to those who are performing on the show.
Right. I do the same thing. I have to admit, I'm not part of a wrestling show either, but I always go to the back and say hi to everybody, you know. At least say hi. You can't do anything, you know, if you're not a wrestler, if you don't know everybody. You got to, the more you, like, we've already had that discussion. The more you get your brand out there, the more people want you at their shows, man, without a doubt. Well, guess who showed up? Nathan Cross will not be beat by Max Carnage Alex.
Absolutely not. It won't happen.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. When that match hits, I will definitely be front row. That'll be another one. I'll be sitting on my hands and my mouth will be shut. One of the very few matches, because I love both of you, and I just want to see you guys beat the crap out of each other. I ain't lying to nobody. I just want to see it.
Yeah, well, it's been a year in the making, so we're definitely I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. I'll put it that way.
Oh my gosh, he even said Joshua Tesner, Max Carnage will not beat Nathan. He is putting you over, man.
Righteous is the man.
Charisma, who is your favorite name to announce at a show? Jordan Payne wants to know.
I would say, like, when I'm announcing someone, I like to announce someone who can, when I say their name, it gets a reaction out of the crowd. So that's kind of like, that's what makes it my favorite. You said what?
So not NAV.
Not NAV, she said. Because Nathan's over there with his ear, like, all the way up to his camera, like,
No. NAV is definitely... No, NAV is definitely part of that answer, because I remember it was Overdrive pay-per-view at SOM, and it was NAV versus Amish. And there's a video of this.
Right.
You could hear the crowd over me announcing, and I have a microphone.
Yes.
And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, and you can like barely hear me.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, they can't hear me. But the reaction of me saying NAV, like, they're hyped. They're like, yeah, they're going to whoop them, you know. And then I'm just like, boo. Like, they are like, no, we're not having it.
I mean, let's be real. I haven't been in the building, but I've seen pictures. It's not like a 10,000 person arena. You know, there's 200, 300, 400 people in there maybe. So they are loud. If they're, to the point where you can't hear yourself announcing, they're all up on their feet. You know what I'm saying?
So definitely NAV, Amish, Amp gets a amazing reaction. RT3, Vice City.
Right.
I
There's
gotta
a lot
say,
of
as a wrestler coming into the ring, when charisma's in the ring announcing you, it just gives
right.
you that extra motivation. You just want to go out there and freaking rip things up. You know what I mean? Because her voice carries. You know, it carries that
Look, I was about to say the first
that
time I ever
aura.
heard
Yeah,
her,
it creates that
I,
atmosphere.
I wasn't paying attention to the ring, and I heard her announcing, and she had already walked out of the ring by the time I had turned my to look, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, well, who's announcing this? And they looked over and they pointed at it, and I was like, no, that voice did not come out of that little body. Yes, it did. Oh my, I gotta go meet her. And I did. I walked right over. How you doing? Hey, that was the first time we met, by the way. So yeah, but I didn't believe it when they first told me, that and I'm not going to call you loud, but your voice carries when you're on the mic. It really does. And you're well spoken. They hear everything you say, and you announce well. So there's nothing bad at all to say about your announcing at all.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun to. I always like that's one of the first questions I ask when I show up at a show, because I'm a fan. Is who's announcing, because that makes a big deal. And Nathan will tell you that. I think he just did a little bit ago. But if you get an announcer in there, okay, Nathan Cross and Ryan Riley, NAV. Okay, you got to come out and make your own hype. But if you're on the mic, you grab the mic and you're like, Nathan Cross and Ryan Riley, the new age. I mean, kick it. You know how to do it. I don't.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes nuts.
She's great.
And then you got to come out.
She sets
you got
us
to
up
match
perfectly.
that intensity. Yeah. And not to say that just charisma, but the same thing with your pictures, Taylor. It's the same thing. When somebody wants to know what happens at a show and they can't see live video, they can look at your picture and go, ooh, that happened. Because you catch somebody mid-move, or you catch somebody after they land and they're making that face, and you catch that picture, they can see, the pain or whatever in their eye. That means a lot to the wrestlers too, because it makes them look good. It captures a moment in time. Yep. Where everybody can say, wow, that is awesome. Right?
Well, thanks. Yeah, no, it definitely does make a difference.
It makes you stop and wonder.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah. No, it does. It makes a difference. Like, I can tell some people will limit how many photos they take during a match, but I try to take as many as possible because people miss so many important moments that it makes such a world of difference.
Right. It's easier to erase them than it is. Well, you can't take them if you didn't, I wish I would have caught that moment, or man, I wish, yeah, you don't have that if you keep clicking, and then you can go back and you can erase. Well, this one doesn't look good. This one doesn't look good. Oh, there's the shot.
Yeah,
right
definitely.
Send to Nathan. That's it. So I've got to ask, I'm going to ask this, and I don't want figures, but do y'all make pretty good money doing what you do? Uh-oh. Charisma's being careful about her answer. She's already looking up like, oh, if I say yes, nobody's going to pay me more. And if I say no, everybody's not going to want me. I know that look. Uh-oh.
I will say that
you could always make more, right? Let's
yes. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can always make more.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to answer it.
Yeah. You could always make more. That's the way I look at what I do, and putting my brand out there. I could always make more. I've got to keep improving, keep getting better, keep getting to bigger and better shows. And same thing with you, Nathan. I know it's got to be, getting to those bigger and better shows where more people.
It's all about perspective, because if you look back, 2 years ago, I'm just breaking into the business. I'm making a dime. So just to see how far I've come in that 2-year time span, it's all about growth. And if you keep growing, then eventually you'll get to that point to where you're making fantastic money in this business. You know what I mean? It's all about continuing to push forward.
Right. Chuck said, bring NAV, or Brandon said, Chuck, bring NAV to HWA. And Chuck said, tell the powers that be you want to see them. So there you go. That's a good way to, that's the good way to do it. Well, I'm going to do one more commercial break for SWA and then SWA. Where did I get SWA? SWC. And then we're going to come back, and I want all you guys to tell everybody where to find you on social media, where to find you if they want to, book you or book you two and to hire you to do pictures. There you go. So we'll be right back after this quick message.
As warriors, we stand in any condition, any environment, waiting new challenges. The Black Society stands in the blistering cold as the snow comes down, and we wait for new challenges anytime, anywhere. We never sleep. We never rest. Who will step up? Who will challenge the Black Society for the Strong Championship Wrestling title belts? We stand out here in the freezing, biting cold. Where are the rest of you cowards?
Well, Black Society challenging all comers, man. What do you think about that, Mr. NAV?
I don't like that guy. I do not like that guy. And if I recall correctly, we've been in the ring with Black Society twice, and we beat him both times. So why is he asking for challenges? You know what I mean? I mean, you got one right here, but if you want us to come take those belts from you, I mean, that's all you have to do is ask. Jesus Christ. But hey, he's standing out there in the freezing cold. I'm going to let him freeze his fingers off. You know, try to make
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when a challenge is answered, man. And Chuck Winchester said, for the record, NAV will oblige the Black Society after the Mortons.
After. That's an important word. After.
Yes. After.
So
I got you.
Have to be patient.
I got you. So let's go around the table, starting with Charisma to Taylor and then to Nathan. And tell everybody where to find you guys on social media before we wrap this thing up. That way everybody can book you.
Okay, well, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Nadia Hunter. I prefer my bookings can come through my Facebook, or you can go to my website, www.nadiahunter.info, and you can submit a contact form through there.
I got it.
Oh, man.
Taylor, where can we find you?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can book me through my photography page on Facebook, which is Tazy Photography. You can book me through my personal page, which is Taylor Zeban. I have an Instagram for my photography, but I usually just use my normal one, which is Carolina Cutie with 4 E's at the end. My Twitter is TZ Photography with 3 Y's at the end, 13. So, yeah, just message me on there.
You go. A lot of places without a doubt. I like that. Get all over. Be seen. Mr. Cross, man, where can we find you at?
Find me on Facebook at Nathan Cross. On Instagram, Nathan Cross Official, and my Twitter is at NTFuture. We also have YouTube, New Age Villains. Each time we have a match, we get it high quality footage and we upload it with commentary. So if you want to check out some of our matches that you haven't been able to see live or couldn't make a show, they are uploaded on our YouTube channel usually the week after at the latest. And then, of course, Ryan Riley, he's on Facebook as well, Instagram. If you looking to book us, you can reach out to any of our social media pages and or message Chuck Winchester. I am righteous. And yeah, reach out to us. We're willing to do business with anybody.
There you go, man. There you go. And I'll put it out there. The three-time East Tennessee
3 times. And this Sunday, 5:05 live, we make it 4 times.
There you go. I will be watching without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So going to be announcing.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And she's taking pictures, probably.
No. Somebody's not going to be there Sunday. So.
Oh,
Neither is Nadia either. So.
Oh, this Sunday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be at Ground Zero. We won't be at school in Morton, but we will be at American Lucha on Saturday.
There you go. There you go.
Bring the belts there so we can announce
American
you as the
Lucha
champion
as well. This Saturday we have Luchaversary, so all of us will be at that show. That'll be a good time.
There you go. So are you guys going for the tag team titles during that show by chance?
Yes, we are. We are wrestling the Wrestling Prodigies for the ALW Tag Team Championships.
Oh, there you go. See, I love announcements like that. That makes me just shiver inside, man.
I hope you win, because Jackson Drake drop kicked me last time I tried to interview him.
I don't know. That's a tough
I still
match.
haven't seen that video.
That's a tough match.
I mean, if
he says he
those guys, they're really athletic. They're fast.
Watch out.
Yeah, and they have a mean streak apparently. I mean, who else would, kick Charisma in the face and she's just out there doing her job? So, I mean, obviously they have a mean streak about them, but so do the New Age villains.
Right. Oh, I've seen the mean streak in New Age villains very much. I like it. I like it a lot. So there you have it, guys. I appreciate all of you guys coming on. And again, Charisma, Taylor, like I said, I know this is only going to be on YouTube. It's probably going to get half the views I normally do, but I am going to invite both of you back on when I'm up and running with all my websites. And I've also got my own website too, #podcast.com. So this and every other interview I've ever had is on the vault on that website. And this will be up there in about an hour, and it'll be right on the homepage so everybody can take a look. So go check it out on #truthpodcast.com. So thank you guys all. Mr. Cross, thank you for coming in, even though we didn't have you scheduled. You're Mr. On the Spot, it seems.
Anytime. I'll hijack it anytime, Scott. You just send me the link, bro.
Well, we might get back together when you and Max Carnage get closer to putting it down. So we definitely that, by the way, has become one of my biggest viewed shows. Just to let you know, that was a good show. So nobody expected you to hijack that show, and that was pretty amazing. Thank you for coming on and telling us some stories about
what happens when you say my name.
And Taylor. That was amazing. So, all right, here we go. Charisma, one of the greatest announcers in the game. Taylor, one of the greatest photographers in the game. And we've got, well, we know, just hide the doll in the closet at night. Mr. Nathan Cross down here. And you can't get no better than that on #Truth. That is the #Truth. We'll see you guys Monday.